everyone. Welcome back to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. Today we are going to do a tobacco blend from Cornell Diehl.
Yeah.
Cornell Diehl. It's called Super Balkan. This comes in bulk form and also comes in a tin. When we got it, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but when we got it, the moisture level was right about where we want it. This Balkan blend has Burley in it, Latakia, some Orientals, Perique, and Virginia in it.
Definitely the most selection.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's 5 different types of tobacco in this one.
It's ribbon cut, and it is manufactured by Cornell Diehl. Mm-hmm. So let's just jump right in, guys, and start talking about the Super Balkan.
Okay.
And let's start with the tin note. What did you guys think about tin note?
Coming right out of the tin, so to speak. We bought it in bulk form. It definitely had a good smokiness coming out. Probably mostly predominant from the Latakia. I mean, with the name Super Balkan, you smell it. It was pretty strong scent for me coming out of the tin. Yeah. I was really excited about this.
Yeah, it was definitely lat heavy for me. You know, there's a lot of Latakia, and I'm pretty new to English blends. So as soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, what did I get myself into? What are we doing here? Like I smelled it and all that stuff, but the smell itself right off the tin note, it was really lat heavy, and it smelled like it was going to be offensive, but as we talk a little bit later, I have good things to say about it. So, yeah.
Well, Balkan blends are one of my favorites. I smoke a lot of that, particularly plum pudding and Hood Canal.
Yeah.
I also do the Sunset Harbor from C&D.
Yeah.
This one coming out of the tin note compared to some of those left me a little flat.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not as potent as some of the aromas in those that I smoke. I did get a little bit of the lat in there, a little bit of the incense smell going on.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, some leathery kind of smells to it. It was not something that I was offended with. It was still a good flavor. I mean, a good aroma, but it just wasn't as strong as some of the others. So going into it, I was kind of, apprehensive. I don't know if I'm going to like this one or not.
So opposites of me. You know?
Well, but then again, you don't smoke this very often.
Not too often.
So yeah.
Oh.
Well, what did we think about the overall taste? You know, what are we looking for when it came to the taste of it?
The taste? For me, this is another one, like we've tried a few, to where whenever you smell it, and then you light it, and you taste it, this one kind of represented what it smelled like. It's what it kind of tasted like to me. You know, you get a lot of the Latakia, a little bit of tongue bite for me on it, which is cool. I like that one. I tasted, like I said, a lot of the Latakia, a little bit of the Perique. It was kind of spicy, so I liked that one. But the taste was just pretty straightforward. Just almost Latakia. They had the Latakia, but Balkan definitely the entire time. So yeah. So I dug that on the taste.
Debbie?
For me, it was medium bodied. It wasn't a full bodied.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty medium. Those of you that are used to smoking English blends, in particular Balkans, you might like this as an everyday, all day kind of smoke. It wasn't. The complexity for me is not real heavy, but saying that, it's very easy to smoke.
Yeah.
It's very easy to smoke. The Orientals are forward in it.
Yeah.
Well, like you were saying, it has all these different components to it. But at the end of whenever you're smoking, you're like, well, hell, that's still in English. So, it touches on the Latakia, it touches on the Perique, but it's just so light, just a little bit of touching it, as opposed to what you really get out of it. And what I really got out of it was English. And not even English, but Balkan. It was really, really good. And it touched on the other ones, but for the most part, it's a real straightforward smoke, like you said, of just the Balkan and the English. So I like that.
Yeah, it's there was a little bit of sweetness from the Virginias, very hardly detectable. A little bit of spiciness, like you said, from the Perique.
Yeah, I got a lot.
I barely tasted Virginias.
It is kind of creamy and smooth, like you'd expect from a Balkan blend. I got a little bit of sour in that as well. Maybe from I'm not quite sure. Maybe from the Latakia, that sourness, kind of that citrusy sourness, like a lemon or a lime.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe the zest from it. And from the burley, just a little bit of the nuttiness. Absolutely, the Orientals are straightforward in this one.
What about you? What do you think of the taste?
Yep. I'll have to concur with everything you guys have said. The Virginias just were not present for me. They were kind of hidden. So I got some Perique, some Oriental, Latakia. That was mostly everything. It seemed almost that the burley and the Virginia were just they were there in scent, basically as an incense form. I could smell them in the air. I could smell them in the 10 note. Kind of like you, if I were to blow it out of my nose instead of out of my mouth, after the inhale, I could definitely sense the Virginia there, but
that grassy kind of earthy.
I couldn't taste it.
No,
because
just sense it.
I love the citrusy taste of Virginias. That's what I go after when I go after Virginias, and Cornell Diehl makes one of my daily rotations that I smoke at least 2 bowls a day of this. I love it, and it is a Virginia heavy thing. Virginias are my thing, and just this super Balkan. I love Balkans too, but only rarely do I find myself smoking them. Mostly in fall and winter, because they're pretty predominant and pretty heavy blends. But this one was just like kind of like uber Balkan.
Yeah,
super. It covers every bit of a Balkan.
Yeah,
but it's not in your face like I wanted it to be.
And to me, the term super is just in the title for me. It's not super to me. It's a Balkan.
It's a Balkan.
It's an everyday Balkan. And maybe the version that comes in a tin instead of bulk. Maybe a little stronger.
Punchier, Sometimes they are. They pack more flavors in there because they're air-sealed bags, whereas, bulk tobacco blends, they literally pull it, weigh it, Ziploc it, and send it. That's kind of how they do that, but the tin version, maybe it has a little bit more. But I after smelling it and tasting a couple other Balkan blends, plum pudding.
That's my go-to.
Gosh.
And I don't get down on Balkans too often, but whenever I'm here and I'm hanging out, the night before we shoot or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
I'll flirt with the plum pudding, and I like it. I'm actually into it. This one isn't quite the same as the plum pudding. The plum pudding's a little bit stronger. It's definitely later in the night kind of a smoke, But this one, it's
a nightcap.
Yeah. If you were looking for a Balkan to maybe like you said,
we're not talking about the plum pudding.
No, we're not.
We're over here.
Different one. No, but this one plays kind of similar to it, but at the same time, if you wanted a Balkan and it wasn't, and you're in Texas and it's the middle of July, and
that's a good point.
Yeah, and it's hot, and you don't.
It's hot.
Yeah, and you don't want that. This is a good one for that. You can still get the Balkan taste, but not also just be like, well, I'm done.
Yeah. Because
so I dug that.
Yeah, and that was probably where my expectations were when I see Super Balkan. I wanted something that puts you in the face.
The word super will throw you off.
I wanted something to just knock me on my feet, get me ready for bed.
I think if I was to, I don't want to tell Cornell and Diehl that they don't know how to label their product.
Nothing like that.
But if this was my blend, I'd probably rename it Everyday Balkan. Or Morning Balkan.
Yeah.
Or something like that,
But I liked it for that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the moisture level?
Moisture level, it was all, when we got it, it was a tad bit dry, but for me, that's perfect.
Yeah.
For me, that's the way I want to smoke it.
And the moisture level, to me, it played into how it smoked. It smoked really even. Really good the entire way. It got a little hot at the bottom.
You need to get all your tobaccos at that level. Because when you do, you start tasting more of what's in it. And again, it's it smokes from top to bottom, very consistent,
very clean.
Yeah.
Nice, good, clean smoke.
Yeah,
I like that.
And some of the aromatic fans like a little bit of moisture in their tobacco.
I do.
Some of them, I'm a Virginia guy. I don't know how many times I said it. I probably said it in every episode. Yeah, 8, 9 times now, and I like smoking my tobaccos just a little bit dry.
Yeah. You actually introduced me to that, and
It's just
it's grown on me.
To me, it's the way you need to smoke it because you taste every facet of the tobacco leaf, and that's what we come down to smoke pipes for, is to enjoy a smoke. We're not doing it just to have a 15-minute break and smoke through the day or anything. It's I want to sit, relax, enjoy, have a smoke.
And if you're smoking it for the nick hit, you might as well go to a cigarette or something like that, because to me, I have not been able to distinguish the nicotine level on hardly any tobaccos. There are a few that when I smoke it, I know that there's a lot of nicotine presence, but this one were pretty mild to me.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the nick?
The nick hit for me, yeah, I'm with you on that. Just pretty mild.
Yeah.
The end of the day, if I want to go home and I'm done with the day, and I have a routine, I'm off work. I go in at 6, I'm done at 3, and then I come home and I smoke my pipe. I still got a lot of day left.
Yeah.
So I don't want something that's super heavy. This one was perfect for that. It was not too heavy. It was still present, but medium nick hit.
And it was a medium bodied smoke.
I've also found that it smokes better in a large bowl than it does in a medium or smaller bowl.
Yeah.
I smoked it. This one I've smoked bunches of times in a meerschaum, in cobs, in briar, in various sizes of bowls, and that's why I'm using the Nerup today, is because it just tastes better in a larger bowl for me.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah. Mine too. I'm big pipe, big smoke. This is what I kind of wanted with it.
Now, I can't tell you that I've also smoked it halfway down, set it down, came back to it a little bit later, and it wasn't near as good. There's, after all that moisture starts to collect at the bottom,
Yeah.
it
Not the same.
yeah, it wasn't that good.
So that kind of brings us to our last point. What about the room note? What does it leave us with the room note?
Well, for me, me walking back into the room, I would say it's pleasant. For someone who's not a smoker, they might not like it.
Yeah.
They might not like it.
Yeah.
But for me, it was pleasant.
It's that. It's probably that bit a lot of Kia, the Orientals too. They leave a lingering scent that just kind of makes everybody go, someone's been smoking.
So we got interrupted on our recording. Somebody tried to call while we were doing this, and so it cut the video off. Sorry about that. So we're going to pick up where we left off. We were talking about the room note, and I was telling you guys that if you're used to going to high mass,
Right.
and you're where they do the incense in mass and everything like that, that's what this smells like, but not for that extended period of time. So anyway, that's what we got on the room note.
So it brought us up to some of the other things that we've kind of noticed, just some other notes that we've noticed about it. To me, one of them being there's not a lot of bite to this. There wasn't a lot of harsh moments or really problems with the burn or the dottle at the bottom of it. It was pretty. It was a good smoke all the way through. It was a solid, strong smoke.
Yeah, because of the lack of moisture in the tobacco, it was pretty consistent all the way down. There's a few complexities that come with this, but not a lot. It's burns consistently. I didn't have to relight.
Yeah.
As I did this. Again, it's not a strong Balkan. It's your everyday Balkan.
It has a little bit of elegance to it. But that's what brought me up to my point on our conversation with you on it, was there are 5 different tobaccos, and we really I seemed to really only pick up on about 3 of the different types of tobaccos that were in it. The Virginias and the Burleys just weren't present. It was mostly those strong, what we all associate with English blends, the Latakia, Oriental Perique. Yeah, that's kind of what rung true to me.
You know, I got a little bit of tongue bite off of it, just a little bit. I smoke a little bit faster than you guys do in my cadence, just a little bit faster. But other than that, I mean, it burned really consistently all the way down from the light all the way to the bottom. There's only a few times that I had to relight, but not too often.
Yeah.
But, you know, but all in all, really smooth and straightforward, pretty consistent smoke.
All right.
So, yeah, I
Cool.
like that part.
All right. So what do we rate this as?
Well, one thing before we got that, we forgot. We found this on average, kind of everywhere online, at about $2.99 an ounce.
In the bulk.
Not in the tin. Well, tins sell out at 2 ounces mostly anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but still, that's almost $4 to $5 an ounce.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
in the tin. Yeah.
So that's not a bargain.
Yeah.
I think, you know, not a bad price.
It's not a bad
Well,
price.
and that's why we're doing a lot of bulk blends. Eventually, we'll start doing some tins, but you know, I'm just looking for the tobacco that's a good buy that you can smoke. It tastes good. You know, so that's where I'm leaning towards.
Okay. So, Dad, what'd you give it?
Since this was tobacco that's kind of right in the middle of the road, nothing super fancy about it, just an everyday smoke, I
Yeah.
gave it a 2.5.
Awesome.
Yeah. I gave it 3. I don't mess with Balkans too much, so this is pretty new to me. But if you're wanting an introductory smoke into Balkans and
Yeah.
you want to get into it, this is a really, really good smoke for that. So I gave it a 3.
Good.
Out of that, yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I gave it a 3, leaning on a 3.5, mostly just because you know it's a very good smoke. I'm also very loyal to Cornell and Diehl.
Yep.
I smoke a lot of their tobaccos. I've tried over probably 15 different types of tobacco that they produce, and they're just an easy company to purchase from. They're everywhere. They have a lot of selections in bulk, tin, big tins, small tins. You know, they
Everywhere at 1010.
everywhere at 10. So the reason the reason I give it a 3 is mostly just because it's not as strong a Balkan as some of the other things I've tasted. So when it comes down just to the category that this tobacco lays in, which is a Balkan, I wouldn't give it any higher than a 3. I feel like there's some other Balkan blends that are more worthy of a higher score than that. So that overall gives us a 2.8, 3, you know, so on and so forth. So, yeah, our calculator didn't go that far. So we're going to go ahead and round this up to a 3 shots.
3 out of 5.
The actual score is 2.8, but we're going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5 shots. We don't have the right shot.
I don't have a 2.8.
Yeah, we don't have a 2.833 shot glass. We don't have that.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
We're working on it.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
So that will be it for us here. Guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you do like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can get out to us on Facebook. We have the email address. All of it will be linked down into the description down below. We do read your comments, and we have seen a couple of you guys mention that you'd like for us to try a Scotch. Probably not this next one. This next one we're going to be doing another tobacco. Yes, so we will be doing a Scotch. Not this next one, but maybe the one after. We got to find a Scotch that's really worth trying. Something that we want to give a good taste on. So if you guys have any,
And more than likely, it's not going to be a single malt.
It's not, no.
It's going to be a blend.
Yeah, we're trying to stick to a certain price range
Right.
when it comes down to it. Something that's easily accessible and that everybody can have a good chance at.
In the future, though, there will be a McAllen's. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. A good night.
All right, so next week, gang, we're going to do a home blend that I've discovered, thanks to the president of the Austin Pipe Club with James Foster. He kind of told me about this, and so I went home and tried it, and it's going to be not really a lat bomb, but it's going to absolutely be lat forward with some other kind of aromatic mixed in, like dingleberry,
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm going to pick this back up.
Yeah.
So-
So Yeah, so next week is kind of a home blend. We will be leaving the recipe in the description for next week, just in case any of you guys want to try it on your own. It's 2 different types of tobaccos. It's a Latakia and some type of aromatic blend. And
yeah, it's by two
prominent
reputable companies.
Yeah, 2 reputable companies that make just a straightforward tobacco like that, and you mix them together. Cool. Other than that, that's pretty much it for us guys here at Pipes Tobacco and Whiskey. And
thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Oh, yes.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
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 Oh,
we gotta take a shot of this.
Cheers.
Cheers.